wish I could stop having sex with men, right? Because like men are horrible. But having sex with men is hilarious. Right? Like I once had a guy tell me he stopped watching porn because he realized the women weren't really enjoying it. Just crazy. Because he loved it when I gave him a blowjob. Now, I once was called a cum dumpster during sex. Only time I stopped someone midway through. Not because it was degrading, but that's because I learned he didn't recycle. But if you guys, I'm not the easiest person to be with. I realized that because last serious boyfriend I had, after 3 years, he took up skydiving as a hobby. Right? Like, how many times did I nag him about doing the dishes that he chose to yeet himself out of an airplane? And he always came back, except that one time. No, that's good. I do have a boyfriend. We moved in together back in May, so I'm really looking forward to being single again by Christmas. I think that's the timeline on that. Stick around, he's up next. I think we're all, I'm really proud of ourselves, because I think we're really well adjusted considering what we've been through the last few years, right? Like we worked so hard to keep everything alive, like except the people. Right? So it's just, yeah, I'm a nurse, so I'm allowed to say that. But I've done one thing the last few years to keep myself sane, and like she mentioned, I run a lot. I run away from my problems, right? Like, I run because I know I'll never be strong enough to topple the patriarchy, but at least I'll outlast it. Right? Yeah. Right? I got into running because pretty soon vigorous exercise is going to be the only legal form of birth control. Like, I don't know. It's just, if I had $1 every time someone asked me what I'm running away from, it wouldn't be income inequality. That's fine. But I run I run alone a lot, so I'm not sure if I'm more likely to be the runner that discovers the dead body, or the dead body. But I've been running in cemeteries just to make it easier for everyone. And I also just really want to get catcalled by a ghost. But it always trips me up when I see the cops camped out at the cemetery. I'm like, are you that desperate to arrest black people that you've resorted to ghosts? Like, it doesn't work like that. Ghosts are white. I've been doing this for a few years now, and I think family plots are kind of the strangest thing to exist, right? Like, you're going to spend your whole life knowing exactly where you're going to end up, right? And a few years ago, my grandmother sat me down. She's like, Sarah, we only have room for 2 more. I'm like, what are you telling me right now? Are we about to suicide pact our way into the family plot? Like, I'm not ready for that. I just don't think she was being creative. Like, if we all kept half of ourselves, we could all fit, I would choose my legs so I could run around the memorial gardens for all eternity. I feel like that would be a smooth transition. Okay? But no, it's great. And it's wild because living next to my immediate family members for all of eternity is my literal definition of hell. Right? I can picture it now. My grandmother banging on my coffin door. Sarah! Sarah! Did you see Jeremy's new girlfriend? She looks exactly like you. Isn't that weird? I'm like, no, Grams, that's not weird. We're all white sheets with hollowed out black eyes, right? What's weird is the fact that you're still hung up on my boyfriend from when I was 23. His birthday's still on the family calendar. I'm just glad she didn't live long enough to see him become single again. It's great, which means I did it, y'all. I did do it. I buried Beulah in the family plot. There was only room for her, so don't worry about me. No, didn't know what to expect. I made an appointment with Sam at the funeral home, right? And, I rolled up with her ashes, her birth certificate, her death certificate, 2 forms of my identification, my college transcripts, and my power bill. As if I'm trying to apply to have the real ID on her tombstone. And then I'm sitting there and I'm realizing really quickly that Sam's not checking any of it. I'm just like handing over my credit card, signing some papers, and I was like, I could bury anything right now. No one would know. Which was just like a really long way for me to tell you, Beulah's here with us tonight. What do you think this eyeliner is? And that's